Namaste everyone. This is your head of environment, Aditya Mukherjee.
My name is Veer Sahani. I'm the head of the Environment Society and the head of Round Square.
We would like to welcome you to our very special Environment Assembly. Now, Veer, why don't you start off by telling our students a little bit more about Van Mahotsav?
Absolutely, Aditya. Van Mahotsav is an annual tree planting festival celebrated in the month of July to spread awareness of forest conservation and to save the environment. Trees and forests play a crucial role in maintaining an ecological balance and providing oxygen to all living beings. It's a reminder that we must protect forests and stop deforestation while practicing to refuse, reduce, and reuse.
Absolutely, Veer, and that's also our school motto: refuse, reduce, and reuse. And now, with that, we would like to play some student performances by students of middle school and senior school. First, we have a poem on environment by a very young, talented Ayush Nayak of Form 8.
Next, we have a song by Viniti Manchanda of Form 10.
And finally, we have a dance performance by Yogini Sriram of Form 12.
Namaste. My name is Ayush and I am from 8D. Today, I am going to share a poem that was written by me on our planet. The world is changing, the end is ranging. The world is burning, the tides are turning. Some parts is flooded, some parts is dry. We are in danger with our family and beloved. I don't see constellations. What's the point of celebrations? We send rovers to Mars, but when the end comes, we won't have ours. So we have to stand. The problem we have to understand. Small steps we have to do to see the sky and ocean clear and blue. To see the forests green, our environment will be clean. It is your call to save us all. Thank you.
हवाएं पत्ते पानी पेड़ जंगल सबसे सोना है अगर तुम हो तो इतना ही जरूरी इनका होना है हवाएं मैली मत करना कि जब तुम सांस लोगे ये दम वापस नहीं आएगा जब तुम घास लोगे हवाएं मैली मत करना कि जब तुम सांस लोगे ये दम वापस नहीं आएगा जब तुम घास लोगे उगाओ जिंदगी और याद रखो दिल को बोना है हो उगाओ जिंदगी और याद रखो दिल को बोना है अगर तुम हो तो इतना ही जरूरी इनका होना है अगर तुम हो तो इतना ही जरूरी इनका होना है अगर तुम हो तो इतना ही जरूरी इनका होना है
Trees are a very important aspect of every living being's life, why they are the very source of life. Today, on the occasion of Van Mahotsav, I would like to present a semi-classical dance on Lord Krishna through the eyes of a devotee, how she views him as a hero and how she loves him for the way every single element of nature rejoices at his arrival, the way he emphasizes the preservation and protection of every being. I present to you Gahana Kusuma Kunja Majhe, written and composed by Rabindranath Tagore and choreographed by me.
Suma kunja
Now we'll be playing the videos from the upcycling fashion event which took place on Fun Day.
We are going to bring to you the results of the upcycling fashion event that we conducted for Fun Day. Let us start off by telling you all a little bit about this event. Keeping in line with the sustainability goals of the Shri Ram School, your student council decided to have this event to celebrate fashion, creativity, individuality, and the environment. Our main objective is that students use their creativity to create an ideal uniform that they would like to wear to school while being environmentally conscious.
The rules were simple. The students had to use old clothes to make a uniform that they would like to wear to school. They were not allowed to alter their school uniforms and had to use old clothes.
Veer, I must tell you, thank God I wasn't one of the judges because I have seen all the submissions and they were wonderful. I was at a loss to find a clear winner.
Absolutely, Aditya. The creations were original and I truly love them.
And with that, let's hear from our judges, Anusha ma'am from junior school and Amrita ma'am from senior school.
Namaste. I'm Anusha, the Environment Coordinator for Junior Aravali. Uni Reform was an excellent initiative, as the idea of reusing, extending the life of clothes, and repurposing something never goes out of fashion. The more use we get out of a product, the better it is for the environment. A very special mention for Agastya Rastogi. You incorporated our Shri core values in the designing of the re-uniform most creatively, and not to forget the school song as the background music. All of you were super, but it's always advisable to better your best for next time. Thank you.
Namaste. This is Amrita Mitra, the Environment Coordinator for Senior School Aravali. It was indeed wonderful to see all the videos that were sent in for the campaign Reuniform. And you indeed stuck to the ideals of reuse if you cannot refuse. Because if you do not reuse, then you destroy the earth.
Thank you, judges, for your kind feedback. And now let us announce our winners. Veer, will you please announce the third place?
Sure. The third place goes to Kaina Kataria.
And the second place goes to Varya Chawla.
And finally, first place goes to Agastya Rastogi.
Congratulations to all the winners and thank you to everyone for participating. Now let's see the videos of the podium finishers.
Thank you.
Namaste everyone. Now, before we proceed to the our final and most interesting segment, I have to convey a very important message from our career counseling cell. What you see before you is the career counseling calendar for the remainder of July. And on behalf of the career counseling cell, I implore all of you who are eligible to please attend these events that our career counseling team has very diligently worked to assemble. And as a student of class 12, I'm telling you, it's really helpful. So the first one is 17th of July for classes 9 to 12, which is college fairs on Canada. Then 20th July is entrance tests for India, and these are only for classes 11 and 12. And finally, on 23rd July, it's your college fairs for Australia, Japan, Singapore, the Middle East, New Zealand, and Hong Kong for classes 9 to 12. Now, the links for all of these will be sent by your CTs or Poonam ma'am by the day of the event. If you do not receive it, please talk to your career counselors. Thank you so much, and let's continue with our environment assembly. Welcome back, everyone. I really hope that you have enjoyed the performances that our students worked so hard to put together.
I surely did, Aditya.
Well, that's good to hear, Veer. And now we have Madhu ma'am who's going to talk to us a little bit more about environmental awareness and climate action. Over to you, Madhu ma'am.
Namaste. Thank you, Aditya and Veer, for having me here. July heralds the monsoons, rains, and greenery, with nature donning that fresh look, and of course, the festival of forests. ये वन का उत्सव यानी कि वन महोत्सव or the festival of forest has kept the centuries old reverence for flora and fauna alive. On a formal note, One Mahotsav had its humble beginning in 1947 after a flourishing tree plantation was organized by Dr. M.S. Randhawa, a plant scientist, artist, and an environmentalist and an administrator for 20th to 27th of July. He had been inspired by ideas of a forest week, festival of trees, or arbor days in various countries. Leaders like Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the first president of India, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, first prime minister, had participated. 3 years later, in 1950, unnerved by the rampant felling of trees and ecological damage, Dr. K.M. Munshi, the then Union Minister for Agriculture and Food, came up with an annual tree planting festival, One Mahotsav. Post-independence, One Mahotsav had a very different objective. It was mainly to increase the production of fruit, which could be added to the potential of food resources, help to create shelter beds around agricultural fields, provide fodder, leaves to relieve the grazing of forests, better soil conservation to prevent further degradation of soil. Millions of trees have been planted ever since, every year. In 1947, 49% of forests were there. But then, as population increased, deforestation was rampant. Millions of hectares of land was converted into agricultural belts, industrial projects, mining, and for cities expansion. 21.34% today is the forest cover, and we urgently need to increase it. Now, 71 years later, the scenario has changed completely with the global warming. We are at a tipping point of climate change. 152 million tons of carbon dioxide pollution is added to the atmosphere every 24 hours. That is a mountain of carbon we dig up out of Earth, burn, and release into the atmosphere as carbon dioxide year after year. If we want to avoid the catastrophic climate change, the highest priority must be to reduce the carbon dioxide emissions at the earliest. It's a huge international challenge involving governments of nations. Simultaneously, The individual actions of everyday people, families, and individuals makes a very big difference. You know, I'm constantly being asked by students and other people who want to help to do something to stop the destructive ways, but often aren't quite sure how. So every day, each one of us is faced with options: what to eat, what to wear, whether to use plastic bags or paper ones, disposable diapers for our babies or cloth ones, locally grown fruit or the imported one. So if you look closely at each one of the choices, you will discover that there is one which is kinder and gentler to the earth. So if you want to help preserve life on this planet, that's the choice you need to try and make, even when it is not very convenient. You know, it's very important to remember the famous wisdom: if everyone does a little, a lot gets done. With these words, I shall share the 10-day challenge. Please check it out and be kind to the earth. And please do record your work with photographs, videos, and let us have your feedback on the task. Day 1. Install the 3-bin system. If you don't have them, please buy green, blue, and red containers with lids. Segregate the waste yourself, teach others. Speak to the waste collector and find out, where does your household waste go? When organic waste, children, decomposes, all of you know that there is a huge amount of carbon dioxide and methane gas which is emitted. Thus, the waste which is sent to the landfill, as in the case with Gurugram, the Bandwari landfill, can you imagine the greenhouse gases already emitted and their contribution to the climate change? Yeah. Here we have shown you the 3 colored bins: the green, the blue, and the red. So the green is biodegradable, blue is non-biodegradable, and the red goes in for hazardous waste. Day 2, we are talking about single-use plastic. Collect and count all the single-use plastics in your house. For example, plastic cutlery, straws, poly bags, etc., etc. Collect and sell them to the waste recycler and write about the outcome. Make your house free of single-use plastic. Children, single-use plastic is produced, all of you know, is produced from fossil fuels. The process of extracting and creating these plastic emit a huge amount of greenhouse gases. It is estimated that just the extraction of these fossil fuels and their transportation to plastic factories emits 12.5 million tons of greenhouse gases. Day 3, make eco-bricks. All the multi-layered packagings, that is MLPs, need to be wiped clean and inserted in old plastic bottles very, very tightly. MLPs, for example, you have the toffee wrappers, packets of chips, biscuits, namkeens, and grocery bags. Now, there is no definite solution for multi-layered packaging. Neither are they recycled. They do not get collected by the rag pickers either and keep on lying in the landfill. Yeah. So you have already engaged yourself in doing this work in your classes when there was a huge collection of MLPs and bottles, and you all had made the bricks, the eco bricks, by stuffing in the MLPs tightly, and you can see how it's done. And then, of course, when you had quite a few of them, you can make anything. When in your school you have already made the table and the bench which is there outside near the tree, right? Day 4, we are going to be talking about, and you need to work on switching off energy. Make a note of all electrical appliances in your house. study your energy bills. Ask your parents to help you. Devise out a strategy towards lowering your bills. And simultaneously, please switch off the fans and ACs when not in use. So approximately it's 40% of the global carbon dioxide emissions which are coming from the power plants. The energy sector, as you all know, is a key contributor to climate change. Day 5, conserve water. Take a bucket bath. Encourage all your family members to do the same. And then secondly, we need to also check on the RO wastewater, and are you collecting it and reusing it? If not, please do it, and then you can use it for the mopping of the floors. Check out if your house or your building has a rooftop water harvesting system installed. India, as children, is facing the biggest of water crisis in history. And rooftop water harvesting is a solution to India's water crisis. And get this installed on your rooftops, please. Day 6, that is really, really interesting. Hashtag bag, bottle, and box. Remember our campaign? Make a bag out of your old t-shirt, keep a steel water bottle and box, and carry it in your bag wherever you go. You all remember it? And here is this picture which has shown an old t-shirt which has been, cut and then knotted up and of course turned into a carry bag. And in that, which we hope that you keep your steel water bottle and a steel tiffin. This is very easy. It doesn't require any kind of stitching. If you do so want, you can paint on the bag and write down a slogan. This is no car day. That's day 7 is no car day. Please stay at home and reduce your carbon emissions. Plant a native tree in a pot or a garden, depending on the space. Take care of it and nurture it. And here is a slide which shows the power of trees, the natural climate solutions, and all of you know that one tree can absorb as much carbon in a year as a car produces while driving 42,000 kilometers. Day 8, do not waste food. We need to be very, very mindful regarding this. Buy local vegetables. Go meatless, eggless today. Now, wasting food isn't just a social concern, children. It's an environmental one. So when we waste food, we waste all the energy and water it takes to grow, harvest, transport, and package it. And if it rots and goes to the landfill, it generates methane that is more potent than the carbon dioxide. Meat and dairy specifically accounts for around 14.5% of the global greenhouse gas emissions according to FAO, right? So scientists are saying that if the world is to meet its target of limiting the global warming to, well below 2 degrees, some degree of diet shift will be necessary. Day 9 is repurposing your old clothes. Redesign your old dress, t-shirt or pair of jeans. Get yourself photographed in the old dress and share it with us. We shall love to see the changeover too. Dear children, we need to be mindful about buying clothes. Just because it happens to meet our eye doesn't mean that we go and buy it. With fast fashion in vogue globally, we produce 13 million tons of textile waste. Now, did you all know that the fashion industry is currently responsible for more annual carbon emissions than all the international and maritime shipping? Right? So here again, we are showing you how you can repurpose. There are lots of ideas, and there is a shirt which has been, changed into a kind of a blouse. And here, of course, the blouses have been changed into skirts. And here, a men's shirt has been changed into a haversack. So, of course, there are ideas and ideas galore, and we need you to work on any old dress. Now, please, I request you, don't start adding up paper on it, because paper will not last. Right? Now, day 10, calculate your footprint, visit the website below, and that's the end of it. And yes, it takes a lot of hard work, and thank you for taking up this challenge. Believe me, children, you can all do it. Now, before I screen the video, I would like just to say and remind you, cut carbon and defeat warming of the planet. Please treat it as an emergency. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madhu ma'am, for those insightful words.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm sure everybody has something to take back and think about.
And I'm pretty sure our students are going to follow your advice to the word. Thank you so much and goodbye.